What's up, people? Jay Holly here once again. Um, Today, my topic is childhood memories. Um, this is something that I can say everyone goes through, and it can affect you. I personally am a living testimony of childhood memories, things that go on. Everybody has a story, and children remember everything. And some things hit you, and you remember that day all the way till your deathbed. And I talked to a young man yesterday, and he was relieving some things and telling some things that he seen as a child. Seen his mother get beaten and hit, and I mean, this young man is a teenager now and remembers the day when he was little and watched his mother get beat by his drunk father. This is a deep subject. I mean, that's why we have to watch what we say around children and try our best to help the children, because children are the future, but we have to help them release it, because there's too much of this going on of remembering things that happened as a child. A lot of us can forgive, but we can't forget. And a lot of this is going on. And a lot of these kids or adults have no one to talk to, have no one to relieve it. And we have to do our part, not only as Christians, but as friends, family, adults, anybody, counselors. It's our job to help them. It hurt me. I have a little cousin that is 7 years old right now. And because of the things that he has seen and been around, he's 7 and can't relieve it. And honestly, I joked with him and I was like, you need counseling, haha. I mean, I tried to joke with him to lighten up the mood. I mean, a 7-year-old really don't know much about that type of stuff. But it hurt me because this 7-year-old, because what he has seen, I mean, my sister was doing his hair, and most kids are tender-headed. It hurts. It don't feel good. And they will cry. But this young man, only 7 years old, has seen so much that he can't shed a tear. He is already at that stage where he'd rather be angry and a tough guy to instead of letting it out, letting the tears out. And I even asked him, I was like, you tough, ain't you? You don't like crying, do you? He's like, nope. This kid said he'd rather punch himself in the face and hurt himself than to cry. And it's sad because today's generation and the kids today are like that. They're seeing so much. And it's not only, I mean, it really doesn't matter what type of household you grow up in. I mean, for instance, I grew up in a Christian home. I mean, I didn't see anything at home, but I saw stuff outside of my house that affected me. And a lot of times people don't realize things that happen to you as a child, it affects who you are in adulthood. That is something serious. And it honestly does. I've seen so much. And in previous videos, I explained as a child, I was teased and harassed. I was called gay. And all these other names. And it affects you. It really does. And a lot of things, especially the bad things, and it's sad for a child The bad things are the ones that you remember that exact day. These kids have seen so much, and times are getting worse. And that's why we have to do our part. I mean, there's really nothing we can really do about some of these kids' living situation. It's life. We can't shelter them and baby them from things going on at home. But it's our job to help them relieve it, release it, take them out somewhere. Do something fun to relieve their mind. The love that they're not getting at home or in public or anywhere, in school, we need to give them that love, which is the love of God. God is love. I can testify, and as a lot of people, I don't know if everyone knows or not, my father is a pastor. At one point, the love of God was in me so much. When he prayed for certain young men, he told me to go hug them and give them the love and peace of God. At that time, I didn't understand it, but I was so filled with God's love that it wasn't even funny. If I hugged somebody, I was giving them the love of God. And that's my desire for the young people, not only young men, but young women. That's my desire, to give them the love that they're missing. My love is nothing compared to God's love, but the little love that I can give, I'm going to give it. And so many young people today, it's sad. I mean, not only young, I mean, like I've said in previous videos, this is not for only young people, but anybody. Whether you're young or old, I will do it with somebody that's 30 years old. Help them relieve that, release it. And I understand, I mean, sometimes you got to let go and give it to God. Forgive them. Forgive yourself. But it's hard to forget. It is hard to forget. But I think once you actually tell somebody and get your story out and relieve it, then it helps relieve a little bit of that pressure, a little bit of that grudge, that hate. It does. And that's why I want to help people. I want to help them relieve what they're going through. I had my father that I could go to, but even at times I really had nobody but God to run to. But sometimes, I mean, yes, God is all powerful, and at the end, it's all Him that does it. But some people just like having the comfort of a person to hold them, give them a shoulder to cry on. And that's what this generation, like, I'm not going to say young people anymore, but that's what this generation needs today. That's what they need. They need somebody to just hold them and tell them it's all right. It's going to be all right. Give it to God. And it's okay to cry. It is okay to cry. I am one in school. I hated crying. I hated showing emotion. But since this walk with God, I'll admit I'm a big crybaby. I mean, if I see somebody else getting blessed, or even hear a blessing on my own life, I'll weep like a baby. And there's nothing wrong with it. So many young men, they need help in areas, but they want to be strong, but they're trying to be strong in the wrong way. They are. And a lot of these young men think that it makes you weak to cry. But a lot of these young men need a good cry. They do. A lot of them are without fathers. I don't care whether you're black or white. A lot of people put labels on black fathers. There are all type of races that don't have fathers. They don't. And so you have these young men that are having to look up to their mother as their father and mother. And then they're having to try to be the man of the house also. They're growing up too quick. I'm not bashing deadbeat fathers. This is not what this video is about. That's between them and God. But this video is about the young men crying out and looking for love and strength and attention in the wrong places. They do. And some of these young men, really, they just need to cry. Get it out. They need somebody to say, I love you. They need somebody to tell them it's going to be all right. And that has been a very strong desire in my heart. I mean, young men, all youth are special to me, but young men are a main focus to me. And a lot of them, I don't try to step in as their father, but me, I call myself a big brother. There's nothing wrong with that. If they don't have a big brother, or if they do have a big brother, you just be another one for them. And show them some love. Give them a father figure or a brother figure to look up to. Show them how to be a man. Show them how to be strong. Show them that it's okay to cry. It's okay to laugh. And I've dealt with a lot of young men. And pretty much a lot of them didn't have fathers. In areas, I can admit, I can't relate. Because my parents have been together for 31 years. I've had a father. But the pain and the hurt, everybody goes through something. And whether I have a father or not, I can still feel your pain. I can still tell you stuff that I've been through with my father. Not with him personally, but with having my father in my life. Things that I have been through. And a lot of people don't understand because they're like, well, you had a dad. You don't know how it feels. I don't. I'll be real with you, I don't. But I can tell you one father that's been here for all of us. All of us. You don't need a physical person as a father. This one right here. That's the father you should be counting on. And this really is a deep subject. When I saw my little cousin, it was just like, wow. You expect that out of a teenager, but a 7-year-old kid that doesn't want to show their hurt and pain, and it was over something so simple. It's like if you are trying to toughen it out over your hair getting done, what else are you going to toughen it out on? And we gotta help. Honestly, I do support the Big Brother, Big Sister program because there's young people crying out. But I'm hoping one day to have my own business in that area to let young people know you're loved, you're special, you're beautiful, you're nice looking kids. You have a great future ahead of you. I like the Boys and Girls Club because their slogan is your future starts here. And that's something that I desire to tell every young person that I come across. And honestly, I don't really start off with God. Eventually, I will get on that, but it's all about the love. And I desire to tell them, after they realize how much they're loved, your future starts here. But young people, older people, everybody that has a childhood memory, everyone that has that memory, forgive, 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 forgive. But it's hard to forget. But don't let it ruin you. Don't let it ruin your life. Don't let it ruin your future. So many children have chose so many bad paths because of a childhood memory from what they have seen. Don't do it. Make something of yourself. Do something with your life. I feel, don't be like those people. Be above them. Be the example. Show them how it's done, whether it's your parents, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends. Don't choose that path. Choose a bright future. Tunnel vision, that's what I call it. Tunnel vision is where you're looking through a tunnel and you can't see nothing around you. You can't. You just going forward. That's what you gotta have. But stay encouraged and keep striving. Yes, you will remember that childhood memory, but you still have a bright future. God bless you.